Good afternoon, everyone. We are back here for you guys, and we come to you following the national championship, which means Arkansas basketball has officially come to an end this year. We ended up losing in the Sweet 16. We're not going to talk about how we lost or what happened, but what are your overall thoughts or recap for year one of the Cal experience?
Yeah, I was at that Sweet 16 game.
Oh,
That was painful. I live in Northern California, and so driving down to San Fran, man, yeah, that was painful. I think though that game was kind of a like microcosm of our whole season, right? Like we can be great in spurts, and then we can fall apart
mhm.
in spurts. I mean, not just within a single game, right? Like we had so many games this year where we got up 16, right? We got up 16 or 18 against Mississippi State, ended up winning just on a buzzer shot, a buzzer beater that missed. We were up 14 or 16 against Ole Miss, in the second half of the SEC tournament, and they ended up coming back and beating us on, again, a buzzer beater. Um, South Carolina in the SEC tournament. We got up, I think, 12 or 14 in the second half. To start SEC play, we were up, I think,
Yeah,
12 against LSU in the second half. Against OU, we got up a little bit. Against, all these teams, we had these double-digit second half leads that I don't know that we held on to a single one. Like, did we have a single game this year where we ended up gaining a lead and holding it? Like Mizzou, I guess, like in our second game with them, like maybe that's one.
yeah.
Anyway,
I don't think there was really a game where we had the lead and we just blew a team out. Like kind of just built on that lead. Like it never just it was never in doubt. Like we always just somehow let a team back in almost every time.
every time. But then you take that and don't just look at one game, but look at the season, right? It's like, oh, we're ahead of Kentucky and we just beat Kentucky, this like really, really strong Kentucky team. And then, but then like we also like lose, to South Carolina, or we lose to OU, or we lose to LSU, or we lose to, these like
Oh yeah.
low end schools, and then we win like at Texas, but then we lose, at home, like get blown out by Mizzou. And so, yeah, it was, I think all of that to say, like, why am I bringing up these like high highs and these low lows? I think that's the sign of a young team,
Mhm.
right? And the sign of a talented team, right? Only a talented team can get up against a Kentucky, by 12 points at Rupp Arena. Only a talented team can beat St. John's on a neutral site. Only a talented team can like get up 16 against Texas Tech, who was like some people's, like sleeper to make the Final Four. Like only a talented team can go toe to toe with Alabama. Only a talented team can go toe to toe with Auburn in Neville Arena, right?
Mhm.
But only a young team, not only a young team, but primarily a young team. Like, look at Duke, right? Crazy
Yeah.
talented team. They're a young team. So what happens? They have a 12-point lead with 10 minutes left. They're blowing Houston out. Houston's a mature team. What do? They keep discipline. They maintain discipline. They maintain like, hey, it's okay. Don't let it shake you. Don't let it rock you. Don't get in your head, right? Like Duke,
Yes.
they got in their heads and they started playing tight. They started playing weird. They started missing shots. They started giving up on physicality. And
Yes.
it's that youth. The talent was fully there. And I think Arkansas, obviously on a not the same quite the same scale this year as Duke, but in a very similar way, right? Like we only played seven guys really down the stretch. Like we can call it eight, but like
Yeah.
Z is a second year player with not much experience in his first year at Kentucky. So he's like has the amount of playing time as a freshman and he's a sophomore. Obviously Boogie was, when he was healthy was a, key contributor. Billy Carter, right? These are freshmen. DJ Wagner, our most ball dominant player that played the most amount of minutes all season of anyone in the SEC, as a matter of fact. He's a sophomore, and even last year at Kentucky, like he got good minutes, but he wasn't playing 30 minutes a game or even really like 20 or 25 minutes a game, right? He was kind of the seventh man behind Dillingham and Reed. So again, like there's a lot of youth there. Adu Thero, one of our more experienced guys, was injured the last 6 weeks. And then as far as, we had three guys that did have some maturity, like Nelly, Adu, and Brazil.
Mhm.
Those happen to be the only three guys on the team, right, with zero Cal experience. And so, they're still like figuring out the system, figuring out their role. Adu and Nelly were both dealing with a lot of injuries through up until January and February, right? Like Adu in his interview with I think it was Bo Mattingly. He was like, "Yeah, my
Yeah,
foot, even in December, he was like, I thought I might have to shut the season down because my foot was hurting me so bad." And he said, even in January, like after 12 minutes on the court, like it would start to bother me. And he's like, it finally feels good for like a week now. And this was in like late February that he was doing
yeah.
this
This
interview.
was SEC tournament. Yeah,
Yeah. And obviously, we saw when Jonas can play a full 30 minutes at full
what he
health.
did. Yeah,
Bro, I mean, right? Like he torched Hunter Dickinson.
yeah,
He did phenomenal in against St. John's. He did so good for us, like in the SEC tournament. Um, so yeah, like that's kind of the Cal experience, right? Like we're
yeah.
gonna have talented guys, but they're gonna be young. They're gonna have ups and downs. They're gonna get better as the season goes on. This is like true of like a lot of Cal, especially since the transfer portal became a thing and NIL. So it's like since 2019, right? Like his teams have like started out seasons rough.
Yeah.
They've gotten better and better, like closer to like the end of
And
January and through February. But then entering into March Madness, right? It's like, can that youth hold on in those high pressure situations?
yeah,
Turns out, I mean, we went further than I thought. We held on against St. John's. That was awesome. But
true.
then in the Sweet 16, what happens, right? It's, Boogie plays 2 minutes in the second half and he, throws up two bad shots and he's not feeling good. And Billy in the final 2 minutes, like, just throws the ball, like, into the defender for no reason. DJ Wagner gets an offensive rebound pass and just launches a three-pointer from like half court with 20 seconds left
Yes.
on the shot clock with 3 minutes to go in the game up 10. Like, Brazil like still launched, I think, three-pointers in the final 4 minutes. And you're like, dude, like work it inside. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's make some decisions. Nelly was still hoisting threes. And when he did try to drive, he just kept getting blocked. And, that's just good play by Texas Tech, I guess. But anyway, I think like right now, we haven't picked up. This is maybe a change of subject, but it's connected. Right now,
No.
we haven't picked up anyone in the transfer portal, and everyone is talking about how like Cal's priority is probably trying to grab Nate Ament, another
Yeah.
freshman. And nothing against Nate, he's awesome. I'm sure he'd be a great player to have, but like at this point, like I would rather have
Portal guy.
a a portal guy. I'd rather have a guy like, a
Lamar Wilkerson. I can't remember where he played at, but he's from
Kenny
Arkansas.
Johnson at Auburn or like Will like that type of guy. Obviously, he's not
Yeah.
in the transfer portal, but like what he was for Auburn, right? Like he's a four
Yeah.
man that's just like physical and mature and like does the dirty work and like knows where, like does like a lot of the right things on the court or like a Dylan Cardwell or um
Oh, dude,
I don't know, like some of these other guys, like I'd rather have that than like this, unless it's literally like Cooper Flag, like I'd rather have a mature guy. Like I don't know. To me, like it's cool getting like one or two burger boys, like it's great. I don't want our like starting core lineup
yeah.
to be reliant on three burger boys, all freshmen, all in the starting lineup. Like when we had Billy and Carter in the starting lineup in November and December, or like in the rotation, it was ugly.
Yeah.
Carter's finally started playing good once Thero went out and he like had to step up. Billy still offensively was a liability through March. Like, he had a good game against St. John's, which was cool. But like other than that, like he's just an energy guy, but like created a lot of confusion on the court. And they're only going to be sophomores, right? Like if we get Carter back, if we get Billy back, they're still only going to be sophomores. And then I actually think DJ will like progress coming out of this year. I actually like think that like his
Well, there's
freshman year was
rumors
pretty
he
rough.
might leave. We don't know for sure if DJ will stay.
I, yeah, I mean, there's a possibility. I like. What do you think? Why do you think DJ would leave?
I really don't know. I mean, he's getting paid pretty well at Arkansas. I think he'll still play a lot next year. I know we got Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas coming in, so there'll be more guards, a ton of guards. But DJ's got the experience where he'll play a lot for Cal, and Cal trusts him. And DJ did great as our point guard combo guard this year. So I don't really know unless some school throws the bank at him. But I don't
Yeah,
know why he would leave. It's not like he struggled this year. He played so much. I think he was like had some of the most minutes played in the SEC. So
hmm
I don't really know why he would, besides he doesn't feel like there's going to be a lot of playing time next year. But
I don't know why that would be true. You know what I mean? Like,
I
unless
don't think
A
so.
Cup is like, I mean, who like Kyrie Irving incarnate? Like, I just don't see how he really eats into DJ's minutes. I mean, we had like,
Somebody said
I think
Acuff
he
is like
improved
Dame
himself.
Lillard, but still, I mean, with Boogie gone, you can put DJ at point, Acuff at the two, or reverse, and then you got Thomas, and then whoever else comes back. I don't know, but yeah, like you
Right.
said,
You
I
plug
don't see him
in.
eating into the minutes.
I don't see it at all. Like I see Acuff filling the minutes that Boogie had.
Yeah,
And AJ was still playing 32, 33 minutes a game when Boogie was healthy.
yeah,
Um, Maybe we need to figure out their roles. But even then, I think like Darius Acuff is more of a natural point guard, whereas Boogie was more of a shooting guard trying to play point guard. So even in then, I think that helps DJ, right? He can play off the ball a little bit more and like actually get some downhill scoring, like and have that be part of his game. And then you have Malik Thomas that kind of fills the role of Nelly Davis, kind of that like combo wing, like guard, like small or a big guard, small forward, whatever.
yeah,
And then Carter still plays his same role. Billy still plays his same role, right? And then um, if we get like a Wilkerson, then that's a role that we just didn't even have this year, right? Like that's like your
mhm,
true spot up, like 3-point shooter, probably playing like, maybe 15 to 18 minutes a game. Um, like
yeah, we know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't. Well, and here's the other thing, and I mean no shade by this. Like, I don't know why another program would throw crazy money at DJ
Yeah,
either. Like, he's not Mark Sears. He's not, you know,
yeah,
Walter Clayton Jr. Like, he's good. He's a strong SEC guard, but he's not Mark Sears. He's not Walter Clayton Jr. He's not that guy that's like he's going to transform your team from like a round of 32 team to a Final Four team, right? That's what Mark Sears did. That's what Walter Clayton did, right? They transformed a team from like, hey, you're a good competitive tournament team to like, yeah, you're going to make the Final Four, like for sure. He's not that. And so like that's also why I'm like, I don't know why another program would be like, let's throw everything at DJ to get like
yeah,
like a player that didn't even make all SEC honors,
yeah,
Again, I don't mean that as shade. Like I love him. He's great. I want him to stay. He's a guy I want on our team, but I think he has potentially an all SEC team, maybe like second or third team, but like
yeah,
I think he has the opportunity to be an all conference player if he stays at Arkansas because he would be playing with a coach that trusts him, that knows him, that's like that they've figured each other out. There's no like learning curve.
yeah,
Like it's a place where he's like comfortable and can continue to grow. I think if he goes to a new program, like he is a unique talent that's kind of like, well, he doesn't really have a strong outside shot. He's a driver, but he can do some other things and he's this. And so it's like, I don't know. Like I don't know why he would well, I don't know why other programs would be that like eager to get him. I don't know.
I don't know either. So let's say he comes back. Z's gone. Theo today announced he's going to the draft. Boogie's gone. I don't think we lose anybody else, but I'm not for sure. I hope Carter comes back. I really think Billy should come back. I don't know why Billy would transfer. Um, and yeah, so I think it would be really good if we got DJ back. Now we do need to add a couple of guys. I don't know who we're looking for. I just all I keep seeing on Twitter is this guy's committing here. Arkansas was known to be in contact with them, but they're not coming here. And it's not been
Yeah.
like Arkansas's final two for this guy. It's kind of been like, oh, final five, but he's going to Texas or he's going to Gonzaga, whatever it is, one of these other bigger schools. And it's just like, what is our plans? Who is he looking at? Who are we actually going to get? But we do have to add some people to
Yeah.
fill these roles.
We do. One of the main people that I keep hearing, and I don't know why we don't have a commitment yet, is Malik Ewan.
Yeah.
He's a center at Florida State. There has been a lot of buzz swirling around him. He's 6'11", 230 pounds. Like he's a thick, he's similar to like a Jonas Adu, maybe even like slightly more meat on the bone, but he's not like a skinny guy. He's not a Brazil or a Z type of guy. He led the ACC in field goal percentage. Uh, he has decent ball handling skills. Like he would be a good pickup to play the five. I would like him. I like that he is not like a heavy ball dominant center. And neither was Adu. Like both of those guys, they're happy to be playing a role.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what we need because we just have so many guys that like their role is put the ball in my hands and like let me go score. So we need a few guys that are willing to do more of the dirty work. I wish everyone learned how to do the dirty work, but again, we're dealing with freshmen, right? So like a lot of times freshmen, it's not until February that they finally click on like, oh yeah, actually the team is better when I do the dirty work. Like, and I'm better when I do the dirty work. It takes a while for those younger guys to learn that. So yeah, like I want someone like that rather than, I'm trying to think some of the like other names in the center, like the Mayo, like the kid out of UCLA. Like he's a good talent, but he's like someone that like likes to try to like work around with the ball, be a scorer, like
Yeah.
likes to have a little bit of like a shot. And it just makes you wonder like can that mesh, like will that mesh? Um, so yeah, he would like I said, Ewan from Florida State, like he would be interesting. I don't know why there hasn't been a commitment there yet.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, what was I just saw this other one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Nick Pringle.
Oh, yeah. I've
There's been
seen that name swirling around.
yeah, there's been some buzz around Nick Pringle.
Was at Bama and then
Yeah,
at South Carolina previously, right now.
yeah. I mean, he's solid. I mean, he's good. He to me feels more like a four
It's like a
that you can
Brazil.
like, yeah. Yeah, maybe a little more
A little better than Brazil,
a little
probably.
better than Brazil at like down low,
Yeah.
but I think Brazil's, got a
Better
better
shot.
outside shot. Um, but yeah, he's not like Pringle. I don't know that he can really like be that like glue in the center, like Adu was, like, you know, some like a Dylan Cardwell at Auburn was able to
Yeah.
be, or like some of these other guys. So it is, I'm like, all right, well, let's see. Or like Amari, what was his name? Amari Williams at Kentucky. I mean, that guy just like
That guy was a Monster. Yeah.
Jeez, man, like yeah, he was pretty legit. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I know that we ended up not getting Jaden Quaintance, which I don't know how like close we were to getting him, but he was, a five-star freshman that had committed to Cal at Kentucky. When Cal came to Arkansas, he decided to go to Arizona State. He got injured, just had ACL injury. He's hoping to be back by October.
Mhm.
But Kentucky was able to actually get him and lock him back. Um, Yaxel, whatever, the kid from UCF. He ended up going to Michigan. Michigan's loading up in the portal.
What was the UCF? Keyshawn Hall or something like that?
Yeah.
Yep,
Um,
Michigan's loaded again.
yeah, they're loading up. They got the kid from UNC, which there's another kid from UNC, Ian Jackson.
I saw that.
that
We're tied to him. I saw that today.
We are. I'm curious why.
Yeah,
Because
I
like
don't get the connection.
he's a guard that
Another one.
yeah, that like I watched quite a bit of Carolina this year. Like uh like he's not as refined yet, but he has like a similar style to like Boogie, where it's like likes to dribble around and like kind of get his shot off the dribble. He's not a spot up shooter. He's not like a great passer. He's doesn't have crazy good handles. You know what I mean? Like he's just kind
Yeah.
of your athletic guard with like a decent shot, but like can make kind of create his own shot and create his own offense, which is cool. But I'm like, isn't that kind of what like all of our backcourt is right now? Like we either like I feel like if we're gonna pick up another guard, it either needs to be like Lamar Wilkerson, the kid that's at Sam Houston, that was originally like grew up in Arkansas. He's like a spot up shooter. Like I mean, he's like 44% from three or something crazy like that. He moves off the ball, which was like the problem that we had with Nelly, and we finally figured it out towards the end of the year. But Nelly, we just set him in the corner, and it's like Nelly finds shots when he has the ball in his hand, and you can set screens for him, or he can like choose to like read the defender, read
Yeah.
the screener, or drive, or pull back, or take the shot. And he has a good shot when he can do that. But he's not just a like I'm gonna move without the ball and then like get my shot, unless it's like a drawn up play for him or whatever. Um,
I could see Wilkerson being a Chaz Lanier for sure this year.
yeah, yeah. So that would be cool.
Serve a big role for us for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know who we're gonna get. It's weird that we're this deep into portal season and the only person that we've like heard from is Z. And obviously we expected their own Boogie to declare, but like no announcement from Brazil on like staying or going, no announcement from uh Carter or Billy, no announcement from DJ, and no incoming transfers that
No,
have like declared for us. And it's like,
what is going? Yeah,
why? Like, what's the deal?
I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know what is going on, but it's very odd from what we've what we've been used to the past couple of years, or even last year for sure. So I don't know where it goes. I expect us to know more in the next few weeks for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Portal.
That pretty
Portal
much
man.
wraps up basketball. Moving on to baseball. Number one ranked team in the nation, 30-3. We're currently playing A State actually, but yeah, another sweep of Missouri, who's actually poverty in baseball. They're the worst team I've ever seen.
Dude,
Terrible.
their
Um,
pitcher in the like their relief pitcher, he like sent multiple pitches into like the first row of the stands. Like you literally just like watched it like go over the batter's head and he's like, what was that? Like
Missouri's
so bad.
we've we've been on fire. Our hitting, I know we talked about it last time we were on. We had just started the season, and our hitting has stayed consistent. We've been on fire hitting. which is
Hmm.
very good. But this year the pitching's been hit or miss. And it's always like that. Like if we can pitch really well, the past couple of years we've been pitching really well and we could have hit to save our lives. This year, our hitting is really, really good, and our pitching is just, you know, iffy. It's not bad. Like it's a good staff. It's top 10, but it's not great.
Hmm.
And like top ten's
Yeah.
great, and it is. And I know it's nitpicking, but for us to win it all, we're gonna have to have our pitching step up just a little bit more than what they are right now. Like giving up to runs to Missouri should not be happening. And I know that's asking a lot, but Missouri is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. The pitching does leave a little bit of room for improvement, and even like the week that we played Vanderbilt, right? Giving up 13, 14 runs to
Yeah.
Missouri State. Um, yeah, who don't we have a pitcher that like was injured at the start of the season that's like kind of getting, was it Gakel? Was
Gage
he injured?
Wood. Gage Wood is working his way back. Gackle is our Saturday night. He's been struggling a little bit,
Was
but
he dealing with something or was that just him just struggling?
him just struggling. I don't know why, but he's just been struggling this year. Sophomore slump, I guess, but he was our Friday night guy and just got rocked around a couple times. And so he
Yeah.
got moved to Saturday night. And Zach Root's been doing a good job as our Friday night. I think we have a set rotation, him Friday, Gackle Saturday, and then Cheese on Sunday. But they're still giving up 3 or 4 earned runs, and I'm just waiting to see if there's a game where those runs come back to bite us and our offense can't cover that like they've been doing. And maybe it's this weekend against Georgia. That's a huge series. They're number 7 in the nation, and it's at Georgia, which is not going to be
Yeah.
fun. And they
No.
were number 3. They just got swept by Texas this weekend, so they're really not even number 7. So
Right.
it'll be very interesting to see how our hitting keeps up, and do we have clutch pitching? Do we
Yeah.
struggle again?
Yeah. No, and it'll be telling. I mean, Georgia right now is really known for their hitting. I mean, they're like in the top 10 in RBIs, top 10 in hits, top 10 I think in home runs. They have like one or two of the best hitters in the country, which actually we do too. Like we're in the top 10 right now in home runs, top 10 in RBIs. So I mean, I'm really stoked where our offense is at. I mean, we have multiple guys that I'm like, that's a solid hitter. Both the Eloy brothers, Donovan, who's the kid that won the SEC Player of the Week?
Avalon, you mean? Charles
Yeah,
Avalon? Yeah.
Davalon, and then number 8, the guy that hit the grand slam in the second game.
Cam Kozel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Anyway, so we've got like
We got
batters that
studs.
we got studs, multiple of them, which is awesome. And so yeah, what do we do against Georgia? I mean, that will be very telling.
Will be.
Right now, for the first time in many years, we like truly control our own fate in the SEC. We now officially like have a lead on everyone by at least one game, and we have a series against all the teams that could overtake us.
Oof.
We have a series coming up against Georgia. We have a series coming up against LSU, series coming up against Texas, and a series coming up against Tennessee. Right? Those four plus us, those 5 teams are the ones. One of those teams will win the SEC regular season, and we have them all ahead of us, and we're already a game ahead of all of them. So it's like, can we can we do it? Like can we win the series against all of them or most of them and maybe get a sweep here or there? That would be amazing. Um, yeah, I just want to at least want to win a conference championship. We tied for it 2 years ago with Florida, and then last year we like
We won the
uh,
West last year.
right at the very end. We won the West, but Kentucky and Tennessee. I thought A&M ended up knocking us out in the last
Oh,
weekend of
they might
regular
have
season.
actually. Dang.
It was
Yeah.
either then
So
or Kentucky. Anyway, there's like down towards like the very
anyway,
end.
this year it would mean more. I get what you're saying because it is just the SEC. There's no East West. It's everybody. it would mean a lot. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. It would be sweet to go into the SEC tournament as the number one team. Haven't done that in a few years. And yeah, set ourselves up for heartbreak.
Yeah, I think we're about halfway through conference. We're 11-1. Coach Van Horn talked yesterday. We lost our first conference game and now we've won 11 in a row. So a little bit insane, but yeah, we're 11-1, 30-3. And I mean, we're heading in the right direction. It's just so tough to tell in baseball because you can do so well in the regular season, then it gets to regionals or super regionals, and you just something doesn't go your way. That's the beautiful thing about baseball. You some team gets hot and you go cold, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
It's the scary part too.
it is the scary part. And a lot of those um matchups, it's like if you just have one bad game, like you're not getting a best of seven like you are in
That's it.
MLB,
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's tough. I think baseball of all the sports is like the most the most opportunity for a Cinderella, to pull an upset, you know. Because it's just like
They got a stud
like,
pitcher. It's over. If they can pitch and somehow get hits and put it all together for one game or a couple of games, there you go.
exactly. You have bases loaded, you just have one lucky hit and there's 4 runs. So it can add up the scales can tip quick, but yeah, I'm loving that we're number one. It's awesome. Feels good. Hopefully it lasts. You gonna watch tonight's game?
Yeah, I just looked at this. It's the fourth inning, and we're losing actually 2-1, of course, but it's early and it's a midweek. We usually don't play or pitch any of our main guys, so yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch a little bit of tonight, and then I'm excited to watch this weekend series and see where we really are at. It'll be a good scope and to see where we actually rank among the top teams.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be telling. Georgia's gonna come out. They're gonna come out. You know,
Firing, they're gonna be ready to go. I mean, they're gonna want it.
angry.
They're gonna be
Yeah,
motivated.
they just got swept. They're playing the number one team. They're at home.
Yeah.
They're in the top 10, right? Like, I mean, like everything is like stacked against us. For them to just want to come out and
Oh yeah.
crush it. Yeah.
But I think it'll be exciting to see. Softball got a big win or a big series win over Florida. Florida was number two, and our softball team went into their place and beat them. And so we were number 13. Now we're number 10. I know softball doesn't get a ton of national attention, but we actually have a chance, I would say. And I've been listening to other Arkansas radio shows. We could win in softball too. We have the team this year, or we could put it together and win softball and possibly baseball, and that would just be insane.
That would be cool. That would get media attention.
Yes,
You and both.
I hope I would. I think I would cry my eyes out if we won one of them. Well, maybe not softball, but baseball, I would definitely cry. It's been so much pain.
Do you think that our fan base, the Arkansas Razorback fan base, will ever accept the identity of us being a baseball school?
Whew. That is I don't know if they ever will because basketball is so popular and we are good. Now, baseball is definitely, and don't get me wrong, our most consistent sport ever. It's not meant. I mean, we were barely 500 last year in basketball, but I don't know if we will ever fully identify as a baseball school. I just don't think our fans can do it. It just doesn't have the popularity. Even though we fill up our baseball stadium, it's not like we don't have any fans show up. Like everybody goes nuts. I just don't
Yeah.
know if it can match the magnitude of basketball, or even if we have a good football team. Like if we had an actual good football team, we'd identify as a football school that instant. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think too many people love football in the South to like even accept that we're a basketball school when it's
Oh,
like we're much more of a basketball school than a football school on the national radar. Like
no doubt.
people talk about us in basketball, like Field of 68 and
Yeah,
ESPN, especially now that we have Calipari. But even before that, like there was so many media platforms that would say like college basketball is better when Arkansas is good.
yeah,
We're kind of one of those schools that it's like, yeah, when Arkansas is good, that's good for college basketball. Like it's a passionate fan base, it's a good program, it's a storied program. Like our arena, Bud Walton Arena is just like a classic, call it one of the best,
yeah,
biggest like college arenas for CBB. And obviously we won. That was our most recent national championship in any of the major sports, right? It was
yeah,
1994.
yeah,
Um, and I think here's my thought though, is like a school like UConn, for example, they embrace the identity of women's basketball, right? Now what came first, chicken or the egg, right? Did UConn basketball,
yeah.
women's basketball start dominating and then their fan base decided let's get behind them? Or did their fan base catch on pretty quick, and like their first national championship and did the student section decide like, hey, this matters, like this is cool, right? But now like UConn's women basketball games are like they're consistently full. They're consistently popular. And I think that has continued to help that women's team now win like what is it, like 12 national championships. They just
I
won
think it's
again,
12.
this
Yeah,
weekend. And that's a sport, obviously, that is like not even as popular as baseball, right? Like if you're looking at like fan across the country, like fan popularity, right? You've got football, men's basketball, probably men's baseball, then women's basketball is probably like fourth on the list. Yeah, probably. But like that's a program that now like they embrace that identity and they're winning a lot more because of it. And I do have the wondering if like Arkansas as a school said like, you know what? We're a baseball school. So actually we want more of our NIL money
yeah,
going towards baseball players. We want more of our investment in facilities going towards baseball facilities. We want to expand how big this stadium is so that it can seat, 10, 12,000, and we're going to fill it up like every single weekend. And we're going to like donate and we're going to sponsor and we're going to like do whatever we can to get on the national like TV circuit and or whatever, right? Would that actually be enough to get us across the finish line of
yeah,
like winning a national championship? Because it's like we're getting the best players, which we're already getting, like I said, really great players. But like if we really embrace that identity of like we are a baseball school, could
yeah.
that give us that extra 10% to like start winning consistent championships like UConn women's basketball has done? I don't know, but I would I to me it would almost be worth even though I love watching college basketball more than college baseball, like
Yeah.
I'm almost willing to like sell out our other programs a little bit to like win a natty at least in something. So I don't know.
I'm on. I get what you're saying, and I can get behind that. The sacrifice must be done.
But I don't know. I don't know if enough people care about baseball
I
to
don't know.
do it needs to be done.
I think that wraps up this episode for us today. You got anything else to close us out?
No, let's go Hogs. Let's make it a good summer. Let's get some transfer portal pickups, Cal. Come on.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.